Government spokesperson and chairperson of the All-Party Committee on Roster and Reservation Policy, Dr. Ampareen, today informed that the government has accepted the committee's suggestions and notified the constitution of an expert committee to review the state reservation policy. She informed that chairperson and members of the committee will consist of experts in constitutional law, economic, sociology, demographic studies, and related fields, which will be notified by the government of Meghalaya. Dr. Ampareen also said that the government of Meghalaya will ensure that no one view on this matter will be allowed to dictate the terms of this independent committee.
The government of Meghalaya is pleased to notify an expert committee to review the state reservation policy as notified in Resolution PR.222/71/138/ dated Shillong, the 12th January 1972. The chairperson and members of the committee shall consist of experts in constitutional law, economics, sociology, demographic studies, and related fields, which shall be notified by the government of Meghalaya. The expert committee shall undertake a review of the state reservation policy by obtaining views from all stakeholders and by conducting field visits to all parts of the state. This is an important announcement, and the government of Meghalaya will ensure that no one view on this matter shall be allowed to dictate further terms to this independent committee. We are yet to understand who will be the members. We are yet to invite prominent and eminent citizens of the country who will be also in position to review this matter, so that whatever the government of Meghalaya does is done in conformation with law and respecting the constitution of this great nation. Thank you. The fact of the matter remains that we are now willing as a government to listen to the voice of public at large. You have to listen to what citizens are telling you. So we have said that we are going to do it. How long this will take again will be something that the government will be engaging in. I do not want to give a specific time frame because it will be incorrect, but public is going to be keeping a watch, and we hope that we'll be able to complete this exercise as soon as possible.
State reservation policy, January 12, 1972, but there were also a few amendments along with that. So will you be also looking into that?
When you say that there will be a review of the state reservation policy, it will entail all aspects depending on what stakeholders bring to the table for discussion. If you bring some matters to the table for discussion, surely this committee will also be having sittings with all these stakeholders. So we have to ensure that citizens across the state shall be allowed to present their point of views, their observations, which are backed with substantial reasoning and justification.
The committee members will also include experts from outside the state, like Supreme Court.
Ideally, when you say an expert in constitutional law, it will entail inclusion of such experts. We don't know who will apply for all of these positions. There will be a search committee likely that will be put in, but this is the prerogative of the government. We are just a committee. We have brought this forward and we're very pleased that the government has agreed to start this exercise.
So what will be your appeal to now the VPP president is yet to call off the indefinite hunger strikes?
All political parties were party to this discussion. And in our discussion, in-house discussion, we have had several debates and deliberations. And I request all political parties to please consider all that was discussed in our meeting yesterday. I look forward to all political parties now normalizing their approach on this matter. When I say normalizing, send in writing, substantiate your views so that a committee can very accurately discuss this matter with the suggestions put forward on the table. Our committee, as was announced yesterday, still have some tasks. For example, 2 political parties could not make it to the meeting of the 29th, attended yesterday's meeting. We need to take a call on the roster. Is everybody in line? Is everybody on the same page? Do we want to keep on hold advertisements, interviews, declaration of results for the citizens of the state of Meghalaya? These are all very sensitive matters. So the 2 political parties would be now meeting with government officials, if necessary, even I can step in, to discuss the details of that roster proposal. That is the first assignment that we will engage in. And in 3 weeks' time, all political parties have been recommended to submit all of their suggestions in black and white with justification and a defense, so that as and when this expert committee is able to sit, they will be tasked with all of these assignments. We have said that in 3 weeks, if necessary, we will meet again. We will play by ear and we will see how this goes. But in the meanwhile, the committee is committed to put pressure on the government to ensure that this expert committee is formed at the earliest. We will meet in 3 weeks' time and we will see whether the meeting will be necessary or not. The duty of this committee simply is to accept all suggestions, all points of view from all stakeholders. Everybody will bring these, we will compile. We will not be in a competent authority to decide, but definitely we will be looking at all of this, which is as per our agreement yesterday.